Did you know you could live like a king on a peasant's budget right here in America? I've spent years researching cities across the USA, and I was shocked to discover places where your dollar stretches twice as far as the national average. In Fort Wayne, Indiana, the median home price is so affordable you might think I'm making it up. But I'm not. Today I'm breaking down 10 cities where you can actually afford to buy a house, enjoy a decent quality of life, and maybe even save some money on the side. And trust me, they're not all in the middle of nowhere. 1. Fort Wayne, the hidden gem of the Midwest. What if I told you there's a place where you can buy a house for less than half what you'd pay in coastal cities and still have money left over for a good life? No, I'm not talking about some remote village with nothing to do but watch corn grow. I'm talking about Fort Wayne, Indiana, the hidden gem of the Midwest that most Americans cruise right past without ever knowing what they're missing. Let's get real about Fort Wayne for a second. This isn't just another cheap Midwestern city where the low prices match the low expectations. The numbers tell a different story. Fort Wayne has earned a value score of 8.2 according to U.S. News World Report. That's not just good, that's exceptional. Paired with a quality of life score of 6.5, you've got a city that offers genuine bang for your buck. What does that mean in real terms? It means your dollars stretch significantly further without sacrificing the lifestyle amenities that matter. I know what you're thinking, but it's in the Midwest. It's probably just factories and fields. That's where most people make a huge mistake. Fort Wayne has completely reinvented itself over the past decade. Take Promenade Park, for instance. This 3-acre riverfront development has become the heart of the city's outdoor life. Families gather there on weekends for free concerts, kids splash in the accessible water features, and you can even rent kayaks to paddle down the convergence of 3 rivers, all without draining your wallet. The housing market in Fort Wayne is where the real magic happens. While Americans in coastal cities are fighting over shoebox apartments, Fort Wayne's median home price hovers around $200,000. That's almost half the national average. And we're not talking about rundown properties either. These are homes in neighborhoods with good schools, safe streets, and genuine community feel. Your mortgage payment here might be less than what some people pay to park their car in Manhattan. Downtown Fort Wayne is experiencing the kind of revival that bigger cities spent billions trying to manufacture. Local spots like Hop River Brewing Company and the Landing District offer the craft beer scene and foodie destinations you'd expect in much pricier metro areas. The difference? A night out here won't require a small loan. The art scene is thriving too, with the Fort Wayne Museum of Art and Embassy Theater providing cultural experiences that rival more expensive cities. The locals have a nickname for their city, the city that saved itself. Fort Wayne transformed from a struggling manufacturing town dependent on a single industry into a diversified economy with strong healthcare, defense, and professional service sectors. Parkview Health and BAE Systems are major employers providing stable, well-paying jobs that allow residents to actually enjoy the affordability around them. This isn't just surviving on a budget, it's thriving on one. What makes Fort Wayne truly different from other budget-friendly cities is that perfect sweet spot between affordability and livability. Many cheap cities require major sacrifices. Maybe there's nothing to do, or the schools are terrible, or you need to drive an hour to find a decent restaurant. Fort Wayne doesn't ask you to make those compromises. If you're hunting for character and charm without the premium price tag, neighborhoods like West Central and Southwood Park offer historic homes with original woodwork, built-in cabinets, and architectural details that would cost a fortune in larger cities. These aren't just affordable homes, they're the kind of properties that would be featured in magazines if they were located in trendier zip codes. 2. Budget-friendly contenders, from Rocket City to cowboy country. While Fort Wayne's historic neighborhoods offer magazine-worthy homes at bargain prices, there's another American city that went from building Saturn V rockets to launching 6-figure tech careers on a budget. I'm talking about Huntsville, Alabama, where rocket scientists and defense contractors enjoy a cost of living that's half of what they'd pay in California's tech hubs. This isn't some random small town. Huntsville scores an impressive 8.1 on the Value Index, making it one of America's best-kept secrets for affordable living with actual career potential. Remember that quiet farming town that NASA transformed during the space race? That's Huntsville. Once they established the Marshall Space Flight Center there in the 1960s, everything changed. The city didn't just get a cool space museum, it got thousands of high-paying jobs and an influx of some of the brightest engineering minds in the country. What's remarkable is how this injection of talent created a sustainable tech ecosystem that continues to thrive today, all while maintaining housing prices that would make a San Francisco engineer weep with envy. But America's affordable landscape doesn't end with Rocket City. Head west to Wichita, Kansas, and you'll find another budget-friendly contender with a value score of 8.0. Situated along the Arkansas River with roots dating back to the 1860s, Wichita offers that perfect balance of Midwestern hospitality and practical affordability. The average one-bedroom apartment here rents for under $700. Try finding that in Denver or Seattle for similar quality. You'd be paying at least double, if not triple. People often dismiss these smaller cities as cultural wastelands, but that's where the stereotypes fall flat. Take Springfield, Missouri, for example. Known as the Queen City of the Ozarks and the birthplace of Route 66, Springfield scores an 8.0 on the value index while offering a surprising amount of cultural identity. This isn't just some random dot on the map, it's a metro hub where your money stretches twice as far while still giving you access to museums and roadside attractions that cost nearly nothing to enjoy. If mountain views are more your style, the Hickory-Lenore-Morganton metropolitan area in North Carolina offers the same sweeping vistas that wealthy retirees pay premium prices for in trendy mountain towns. With its moderate climate and natural beauty scoring an 8.0 on the value index, this region delivers what people pay small fortunes for elsewhere. The difference? You're not paying Aspen or Boulder prices for those mountain views. What these cities all have in common isn't just cheap housing, it's the complete package they offer. You're not sacrificing your career prospects or quality of life when you choose these places. That's the most persistent misconception about affordable cities, that you're somehow settling or giving up on ambition by living there. The reality couldn't be more different, especially in places like Huntsville, where aerospace and defense jobs rival coastal salaries while your housing costs get slashed in half. This isn't about choosing between a good career and affordable living, it's about finding places where you can have both. The tech jobs in Huntsville aren't just any jobs, they're positions at NASA, defense contractors, and engineering firms that would be prestigious anywhere in the country. The difference is that your engineering salary goes twice as far, letting you actually build wealth instead of barely scraping by like your counterparts in high-cost tech hubs. These cities aren't running from their reputations, they're redefining them. Springfield embraces its Route 66 heritage while building a modern economy. Wichita leverages its central location and aviation industry to create opportunities that would be out of reach for many in more expensive regions. The Hickory metro area offers natural beauty without the inflated price tag that normally comes attached to mountain living. 3. The real-life experience, what locals actually say. Beyond the impressive value scores and affordable housing markets lies the true test of any city, what the locals experience every single day. You know, those little things that no cost of living calculator can measure, whether your neighbors wave hello, if there's a decent taco joint open past 9 p.m., or if you'll spend half your life sitting in traffic despite the cheap rent. These are the details that transform a bargain town into a place you actually want to call home. Let's face it, many affordable cities come with trade-offs that don't show up in those glossy relocation brochures. Limited dining options, cultural scenes that consist of a single art gallery that's only open on alternate Tuesdays, or public transportation that's just a guy named Dave who might give you a ride if you catch him at the right gas station. But the cities we're discussing today? They're breaking that stereotype in ways that surprise even the locals. Take Green Bay, Wisconsin, a city that scored an impressive 6.9 for quality of life. Sure, everyone knows about the Packers, but locals will tell you there's way more to community life than football. The neighborhood associations throughout the city create connections that make a population of over 100,000 feel more like a town where everybody knows your name. It's that small-town atmosphere with big city amenities that keeps residents putting down roots instead of just passing through. Oklahoma City residents rave about the transformation they've witnessed firsthand. With a value score of 7.8, OKC delivers both affordability and enjoyment. The Bricktown district stands as living proof of the city's revival. What was once a sea of abandoned warehouses has become the heart of entertainment and community gatherings. Locals particularly appreciate the Canal Walk, which offers a slice of San Antonio's Riverwalk experience without the tourist markup. It's a place where families can spend an afternoon without spending a fortune. In Montgomery, Alabama, the community takes tremendous pride in their city's pivotal role in American history. Residents don't just live with history, they live in it. The city's museums and civil rights landmarks provide a cultural depth that residents appreciate daily, reflected in Montgomery's quality of life score of 6.7. Unlike many affordable cities that feel disconnected from larger cultural narratives, Montgomery's historical significance gives residents a sense of place and purpose that enriches daily life beyond what any affordability metric could capture. Davenport, Iowa might not make many must-visit lists, but residents wouldn't have it any other way. With a value score of 8.0 and quality of life rated 6.3, locals enjoy Mississippi River views that tourists pay premium prices to see elsewhere. The city's surprisingly vibrant arts scene gives residents cultural experiences typically associated with much larger, more expensive metros. It's the perfect example of a place where affordability doesn't mean cultural poverty. Residents get metropolitan perks without the metropolitan price tag. What these testimonials consistently reveal isn't complaints about what these cities lack, but genuine surprise at what they provide. Residents aren't settling, they're discovering that the quality of life they sought in more expensive locations was waiting for them in places they might have once overlooked. The affordable housing isn't just cheap, it's the foundation for building lives with less financial stress and more community connection. And that brings us back to Fort Wayne, where neighborhood safety repeatedly comes up in local conversations. Areas like Southwood Park and West Central don't just offer historic charm at reasonable prices, they deliver something that's becoming increasingly rare in America: the ability to let your kids play outside without constant supervision. Crime rates in these neighborhoods sit well below national averages, creating communities where residents actually know and look out for each other. So look, we've gone through all these cities where you can actually live a good life without breaking the bank. The truth is, this isn't just about saving a few bucks, it's about finding places where your money works harder for you. What's really interesting is the data showing more Americans are actually starting to figure this out. There's a growing movement toward these affordable mid-sized cities, driven by insane housing costs in the big metros and the rise of remote work. Places like Fort Wayne aren't just cheap alternatives, they represent a different path to happiness that doesn't require sacrificing half your paycheck just to exist. Why settle for less when you can actually have more?